feel like liner would really pull this look together, but I'm not going to do that yet because obviously I've completely forgot to add a colour on the outer thing to blend in the shades. But anyway. Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. Of course, welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, my name is Alex. Lovely to meet you. And I'm constantly posting YouTube videos at the minute, so if you'd like to come and join my little family here on the internet, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and also put the notification bell on so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I know I did a first impressions, like I think it's last week now. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of first and second impressions. I feel like it's good to use the products again with other different products. So I've decided to do this video. I did order a few new bits, so I've got things in this video that I've not used at all and they kind of don't really need their own video. And then I'm also revisiting a couple of products I've only used once before just to get a second opinion on it. So yeah. Let's just get started. If you'd like to see what products I used on my face today and what I thought of them, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so I've got you zoomed in this much because I think I'm actually going to do my eye makeup first, which if you've been here for a while, you know that is not the case normally. Usually I always do my face makeup first. So we're going to start with eyes today. I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to be using the Be Perfect eye primer. I have used this a couple of times, but this is the newest one in my collection. I got this when I bought the Makeup by Jar palette. So I'm just going to put a little bit on each eye. And then I'm going to use a brush to blend it out. Okay, so it's definitely not as good as my Peeler. The reason it's not my favourite is just because it is a little bit too dark for my skin tone. But it is a good eye base. I just wish I had a lighter shade. I'm not sure if they do have shades. You'll have to let me know down below. The palette of choice today is the Revolution Pro New Neutral palette. So if you guys have seen my eyeshadow palette collection, which if you haven't already, go and watch that. I go through literally every single palette I have in my collection. I had this in my new in drawer and I've had this for months and months and I have not used it, so I'm gonna finally bite the bullet and use it in today's video. If you've not seen what this looks like, it looks like this. It is supposedly meant to be a dupe of the Huda Beauty nude palette, so I think we should just get started. I'm going to start off with the shade. It's making me go really dark in it. I'm just going to use the shade Whisper here. This is a very cool toned purpley palette. And I'm just going to plop this in my crease. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Calm, which is a really cool tone, lilac-y purple. And again, just gonna put that in my crease. And I'm gonna darken that up with this shade here, which is called Zoned. And I'm not gonna put it all the way up to my brow bone, but I'm gonna keep it in my crease area. Then I'm going to take the shade Majestic, which is this really dark purple, and I'm going to put it on my outer corner. Okay, so that's the darkest shade in the palette. It definitely comes off much lighter on the lid than it is in the pan, which is a bit annoying because I really wanted a proper dark purple. And then just going back in with my first brush just to blend all of that together. I'm going to take more of the Be Perfect eye base and I'm going to cut my crease. I'm just going to do a half cut crease really quickly. I'm going to just probably pop off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut my crease. I'm now going to go in with a shade. I'm not in the mood for glitter today, so I need to see what these shades look like. Okay, so these are the 3 like pressed shimmers in here. I think I don't know what shade. I think I'm gonna take the shade Jazz It Up, which is the shade that has those like particles in it. There is a couple of glitters in here, but that's the other shade that's like not a normal shimmer. So I'm gonna just take this dry and see how it applies, and then if I need to feel like I need to wear it, I will. I don't know where this cut crease went, but I've like kind of lost it at the top. Like the line's not as defined like this one, so we're just going to ignore that. I'm just going to go in with the shade Shadow, and I'm going to use that to kind of blend in. Right, now I'm going to go in with some liner. So I'm going to use the Ciate Stamp and Drag. I've only used this like a couple of times, but I've really liked it the times I've used it. So I'm just going to use the stamp and just mark where I want my wing to be. And then I'm just going to fill it in. This is the liner on. That liner honestly helps so much if you are like a beginner in makeup. I know it's expensive, but it does really help with wings, and I feel like today I've got them sort of kind of, not really, but kind of even. Okay, so I'm gonna just put some mascara on my top lashes. I might put fake eyelashes on it later, but for the moment I'm just going to put some mascara on. So I'm going to be using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is definitely not first or second impressions. I've used this so much now, especially on my Instagram as well, but it is my newest mascara, so just going to put this on. Okay, so I've done the eyes now. I'm going to zoom you out and we can finally cover this face up. Okay, with that palette, definitely do your eyes first. I have so much glitter on my under eyes and I've tried to remove it and I cannot, so we're just going to move on. So for primer, this is a complete first impressions. I mentioned in my Full Face Revolution that I don't have a primer from their Revolution Beauty website, so I went on and made an order and I picked up the Makeup Obsession Picture Perfect Pore Blurring Primer. This is only £6, so it's very affordable. And I'm just gonna put this on. Okay, it is literally so thick. It has the same consistency as Benefit Professional, and that's not like my go-to primer, but it is good. It does definitely like smooth your pores. So I'm just gonna put that on my large pore area, and it's definitely like already like mattified and like smoothed that area. Definitely looks so much smoother than it did literally like 10 seconds ago. So oh god, I need to drop that. So yeah, I'd say this is like a kind of a dupe of like the Benefit Professional, just based on first impressions. It's gonna kind of do the same thing that does. I'll see how the foundation goes on top of it, but yeah, it's definitely so similar to Benefit Professional. Okay, so for foundation, I know I literally just used it, but I'm going to use it again. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. I did literally just upload a video where I tested this and the loose powder for the first time. This is my second time using it, so I did really like it when I first used it, but I've used a different primer today. I'm going to be using different products in today's video, so I'm excited to see how this holds up. I'm just going to take my Real Technique sponge and let's see how this goes on over the top of that primer. If you've not seen the video on this foundation and the powder, definitely check it out. It still looks beautiful the second time using it. It's definitely obviously a dewy foundation, so if you don't like those, then you're definitely not going to like this, but I think it looks unreal. The coverage is so good. It is a medium coverage, but to be honest, I don't have a lot of blemishes at the moment, so it does look quite full on me today actually. But let's move on to concealer. Again, this is not a product that I have used only like once or twice. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. This will be the third video that I'm using it in, so this is the first time I'm using it. So I'm just going to put these in the usual areas. That foundation has slightly clung to dryness on my nose, which I don't really get because it's hydrating, but hopefully this concealer helps with that. It did really work with it well in my previous video, so again, those two together work an absolute dream. Like my base is like really full coverage now, so I'm loving it. However, I do need to set this down because I am a combo gal. I do get oily. I don't know if you guys watch my high-end wish list, but I had a few Fenty products and I bought the loose powder because I'm a loose powder gal. Like I love my loose powders so much. I much prefer them to pressed. I definitely have more loose than pressed in my collection. So I got mine in the shade Butter, and I'm just going to put some in the lid and I'm going to set this down. I have used this once or twice, I believe, just in my own, you know, time, just to get a feel for it, but I am going to be using it today to show you what it looks like because I haven't used this on camera yet. So this is what my base looks like all set down, and I love this loose powder. Like, it is so good. I'm so glad I bought it because it looks so good. It doesn't cling to dryness, and do you know what, with the primer, foundation, concealer powder, my pores literally look non-existent. So on first impressions, I'm loving this primer already. I definitely say it is a dupe for the Benefit Professional, so if you don't want to spend a lot of money on that, definitely check out this one. Yeah, I'm really loving this powder. I feel like it gives you like an extra layer of coverage as well, so very happy with that. For bronzer, this is a second impressions. I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. bronze. Oh god, I nearly dropped that then. I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. bronze and blush duo. This is in the shade Fiji. Yeah, Fiji. Because this is the newest bronzer in my collection. Again, like my first impressions, I really like the bronzer. It's definitely a really nice colour for a fair skin tone. For contour, I'm going to be using the NYX contour kit again. This is a second impressions. I'm going to use a different brush today because I feel like I want a more like sculpted contour. So I'm going to take this cool toned shade here. Okay, that's my contour done. I really like that brush I used. I might start using that from now on. I feel like it just gives me a bit more precise contour. So I'm just gonna, you know, melt all the powders together and stuff. So I'm gonna be using my Morphe matte setting spray again. I'm gonna put this on just before I put my highlight and stuff on. So I use this in my full face first impressions. This is the second time trying it, so let's go. Put way too much on. That definitely smells like watermelon, and again, I'm really sticky. It goes over, it went all over my arms and stuff because I put so much on, and again, feels really sticky. So I don't know if that helps it be more matte. I'm not really sure, but it definitely smells like watermelon, so I'm loving that. I'm now going to put on my highlighter. Now, I don't know why I didn't include this in my high-end wishlist video because I've wanted this for so long and I finally have it. It's my first ever Natasha Denona product, and it's the little Diamond and Glow like duo. I have swatched this, but I've not like put it on my face. So if you've not seen this before, it's like a tiny little palette. If you don't know who If you don't know who Natasha Denona is, it is a brand that is extremely expensive, and when I say extremely expensive, I mean some of the eyeshadow palettes are like over £100. This, however, is only £16 for a little mini, and inside you get a highlighter and you get a blush shade. So I think obviously I'm going to take this shade. I'm not going to use the blush because I've got a different product for that today, but I'm just going to take some on my brush. It is a little bit powdery. And let's see what this is like. Okay, so this is the highlighter on. It's definitely more of a like glowy highlighter, which is kind of what the name suggests. It's called Diamond and Glow. It does have like small particles of glitter in it, so if those are not your types of highlighters that you like, then you're not going to like this. You can definitely build it up to be a little bit more like pack a punch, but it is definitely more of a glowy highlighter. It looks like wet on the skin, so I am a big fan of it. It's just not my favourite type of formula. I'm going to keep playing with it though. It is really beautiful, and this would be perfect for like a fair skin tone. But as I said, I have got a blush palette for today's video, and that is the Barry M blush palette. This is much raved about by a lot of people, and I've not used this before, so this is complete first impression. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a combination of like these peachy shades here, which now I think about it, I don't know if that's going to necessarily go with the look I've done today, but it's very powdery. But I'm just going to take a little bit on the brush. I don't know how pigmented this is, so I'm just going to tap it off. Okay, that is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Guys, if you love your peachy blushes, definitely check out this palette. I think it's like £5 or £6. I'll link all these products down below as well if you are interested in buying them. But yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, again, I don't have any new products for brows apart from the brow gel. In terms of brow pencil, I'm just going to use my Primark one. If you have any suggestions for like really good like brow pencils, let me know down below, because I need to buy some new brow products, because I've only got literally this one, the MUA one, and the ABH Brow Wiz, and that's literally it. So I need to try some new brands of eyebrow pencil. I've heard the NYX one is good. So for brow gel, I've got this Model Co clear brow gel. I think I got this in a glossy box like months ago, and I've never used it. However, it does just look like a clear mascara wand, so let's give this a go. Okay, so you can definitely feel it on there. I do just think you can just go and get like a clear brow or a clear mascara and do the same. Like, I don't really understand clear brow gels unless they like properly set your brows down, but it hasn't really done anything to my brows. Just kind of like, my brows don't feel hard or anything, like, you know when some brow gels literally set your brows down so much. I don't really feel any difference at the minute. It might take a little bit of time. I do feel them doing something, but it's not as strong as other brow gels. So let's move on, and I'll get back to that if I notice any difference. So I think I'm just gonna finish off the bottom, just finish off my eye look. I think I'm gonna take this shade called Karma, and I'm going to put this all the way across my lower lash line. And then for my inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Glazed, which is the lightest shimmer in the palette. And then I'm just going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and just put this on my lower lash line. those are the eyes complete. I've decided not to put lashes on today because I just can't be bothered. The last step of this video is lips. This is a new Revolution product and it's their like Velvet Kiss lip crayon. These are £5 each. They're very affordable. I got mine in the shade Rosé, which I think is gonna suit this look really nicely. Let me just show you. So it comes just in like a pencil crayon form like this, and then it is a retractable one, so you can just twist it up. Okay, so this is the lip crayon on. That sounds so weird, doesn't it? This is the lip crayon on. It feels really nice. I actually love the form it's in. Like, does that even make sense? No, but the fact that it has like a point, it really helps you like line where you want to put the product. The formula is really creamy and pigmented. It feels really comfortable on the lips. It's moisturising. It's not a matte finish, so it's not gonna not transfer, but it feels so comfortable and hydrating. So guys, those are all of the products on my face today. I am genuinely really happy with most of the products I've got on my face now. The eyeshadow palette, I didn't really review it like much after I tried it. It is a really nice, like, I don't know, like kind of like grungy purpley kind of palette. I don't know how similar this is to the Huda Nude one, but I really like it. The shade I used that jazz it up in my like front half of my lid is really nice. It's more of a like chunky glittery shade, but I love the tones of this palette. It would be really nice in like the autumn time as well. So if this is your kind of thing, then I do think this is nice. I think these are £12, so they're not as affordable as like the normal Revolution brand, but I think it's really nice quality. But so yeah, I think that's about it guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Let me know down below what was your favourite product I used in today's video, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye!